We work a lot with music stems and audio post projects for film and television. They really give the ability to do three important things. You can edit the music in much more detail if you have things split out into separate groups. You can also adjust the levels of different groups of instruments to make everything sit better in the mix. And they also give you the opportunity to do some special things with surround panning to create really 3D music mixes for your projects. I'm Tom Effinger. I run my own audio post facility in New York City. Let me get on the computer and I'll show you more about stems. So what are music stems anyway? What they really are separate subgroups of the full mix of any cue or song. Let's take a look. So here you can see in my project, I've got a score cue, and this is the full mix of the score. So that will be all the elements combined into one stereo file. So stems are basically just group breakdowns of the full mix. So you can see this first one is pads, this one is guitars, this one is strings motor, this one strings melody, this one basses, and this one percussion. So there are some huge advantages with being able to work with the stems. First of all, if the director said to me, "Oh, I don't want to hear the bass come in until halfway through the track," I could cut and mute that stem and fade in the bass halfway through the track. So it gives me the opportunity to do detailed editing, but also the director may say, "I think the guitars are too loud, especially when the dialogue comes in. Can you lower that stem once the guitars kick into full about a third of the way into the cue?" And I can make a volume adjustment to just the guitars in that case. The other thing that we do with the stems, again, is we can do some intricate panning. So perhaps the percussion and the bass would get panned further forward. Now this is in 5/1 mixing. And pads and strings could go further back, giving us a more 3D mix of the music. Now the important thing, if you're making stems, is we like to see them all start and end in the same place. That way we can always tell how they're supposed to line up in order to equal the full mix exactly. So I think you can see how valuable it is to have music stems when completing the final mix for a project. It's one thing when you hear the music by itself, but when you put it up with dialogue and sound effects, it's really great to have the ability to adjust each element and each part of the music to fit as well as possible in the mix. All right, I hope you found this useful. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.